What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Unhinged Diaries podcast. I don't know why I'm like singing an intro. I don't know if it's bad or good or cringe. Comment down below. Cause lately, like some of the comments I've been receiving, y'all sassy. Y'all sassy. I'd be like, oh my god, it's a couple minutes already in, and I just want to get to the episode topic. Bitch. I do not go to therapy anymore. I don't go to therapy, and I don't have enough time out of my day to journal. So this is my fucking diary, the Unhinged Diaries, bitch. And it's like, I'm sorry, like I can't just keep bottling this shit in. I'm gonna tell strangers on the internet what the fuck is going on with my life and just literally the crises I go through throughout the week, okay? So if you don't like that, then bitch, this is why I leave the timestamp on the screen, okay? Because I know I'm gonna yap today, okay? Today is just gonna be a yappy episode, okay? Overall. So I'm just giving the warning now, bitch. So if you already fed the fuck up already a minute in, it's time to skedaddle, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I don't give a shit, okay? The people that stay, I love you, baby. And I hope you're talking to me because, bitch, I'm listening, okay? Rant to me about all the shit you're going through throughout your week while I'm telling you, okay? Yeah, so obviously, as you can see from today's episode topic, we're going to be finally doing the dark side of pretty privilege, but talking about Kylie Jenner because there is a clip of her going viral talking about how the hate online has affected her and how basically a lot of things that she's seen online in regards to her appearance has really been affecting her, which is like crazy ass timing. People have been keeping up with my episodes. You know that I've been talking about doing this episode, but I was just like, oh, there's other things I wanted to talk about. So this is perfect time, and we're going to talk about that clip and just overall the cards that she was dealt in regards to like probably why she's even dealing with these type of issues and just create a conversation in regards to that. So with all that being said, y'all know the drill. If you keep up with my episodes, y'all know I like to yappity yap and talk about a positive thing that happened to me this week and a negative. And bitch, tell me through the screen what's your positive and what's your negative, okay? So this week has been chaotic, y'all. It's been chaotic. So skim through the positive. I got my lashes lifted. For the people that are actually watching the episode, my lips, my lips are finally healed from my last session of lip filler. I am gonna do one more syringe and then just stop. I don't want to look like Daffy Duck, okay? But I love them. Like, I'm actually really starting to actually look at my old photos and now and see the true big difference. And I'm like, oh my god, imagine one more syringe. It's gonna look so cute. I'm just afraid that if I do get that syringe, and a part of me wants more. I have an addictive personality, so I'm really spooked. I'm spooked. But yeah, I'm living for the lip filler. Oh my god, you guys. I guess that can correlate with the negative. But like I said, it was just not a good week, okay? But I guess that's the only positive things that I really have going for me is I got my lashes lifted, so I feel like a bad bitch again. And then my lips are looking scrumptious. And I'm just feeling like cute again. It's weird. Like, I know anybody that's a bad bitch. I know every single person watching or listening, you're a bad bitch. So y'all probably can relate. Y'all can relate. But you ever had those moments where you just don't feel cute? But you know you're cute. Like, you know you have what it takes to but then you're just not feeling like that. That's how I felt for literally like all of last month. And then this month it was just like, okay, I know I could pop off a little bit, but I'm finally like, oh yeah, Allie's back in this bitch. Like, it's giving that, you know? So I am feeling cute again. But those are like the only positive things that I have going because everything else has been negative. So I have been back in my dating era. For those who've been like listening or watching my episodes, you would know that that's basically what inspired this whole like the dark side of pretty privilege, like my dating, it was inspired by the fact that I started dating again. I started realizing how shallow people really are and how lonely it is. Like, I might sound very narcissistic. People are like, this bitch swears she's fucking cute. Yeah, I do. I think I'm a baddie, okay? But it's fucking frustrating. Like, it really is. Like, dating is just so frustrating because there's so many people. Like, I start to really realize how many people that don't like me. Like, they will, like, be either infatuated with what I could potentially do for them, or they're just really physically attracted to me. But you know when someone likes you, they're gonna, like, you're gonna see the effort. You're gonna see them opening the doors for you. When you're talking to them, they're so interested, and you're not sexualized at all. They respect you. I realized how many people really don't. And it's like insecurities that came out of that, which is weird because I feel like anybody who's very secure in themselves, they'll just see it as, oh, we live in a shallow world. And it's like I do see things in that way, but I feel like a lot of insecurity came out of me like, damn, does this mean I'm not worthy? Like it was kind of fucked up, you know, on some vulnerable shit. Like I really was starting to internalize that a little bit. I'm like, dang, this is very lonely. Like dating where I feel like it's probably, I can't even count in one fucking hand, bitch. And I've been on so many dates. If you kept up from since day one on this podcast, I've been on so many dates, and a lot of them are just atrocious and traumatizing. And it's rare when I'm like, this was such a good and fun date. However, maybe we just don't, you know, we just can't work long term. But like, it's so rare to have a good day where I just felt respected and appreciated, and it was just such a good time. Because a lot of it is just like they're just trying to sexualize me. They're trying to invite themselves over my house, or like, you know, where I trying to just get in my room and trying to get my pants. It's just like too much. It's too fucking much, and it's just so lonely. And that's me yapping again. So yeah, long story short, bitch, I basically was talking to 3 guys at once. And if any of them are watching my episodes, I'm sorry. But yeah, there was one guy that I've been talking to. He's like the last one standing. But so there's 3 guys. One of them, I was just really, really physically attracted to him. Like he's just my type physically. But even when I was describing to my cousin about these men, she was just like laughing because she's like, there's literally only one of them out of the 2 that you really like talked about a lot, and like there was just like compatibility, and it was like nice. The other ones, it just seems like surface level, you know. And like the guy that I said is really attractive, we're gonna name him Brian. So Brian, we have the same sense of humor. We giggle, we laugh. But the more I talk to him, the more I realize like, we have really not much in common in a sense of like long term or like something serious. Because he kept saying, I want something serious. Like I don't want a situationship. I don't want a fling. I want something serious. But I'm like, we don't really want the same things. So it was just like very like sad in that regard because I really started to like him. But then again, I just think it's just me being attracted to him physically. Because I'm like, had he like not been my type at all, I wouldn't have even given it the time of day. So maybe I was being surface level. Damn, calling myself out. And then the other one, he's just really rich. He has a lot of money, but I don't know. It was just like, it just fizzled out. Like, I don't know. Like, we were supposed to see each other this this upcoming weekend, but I don't know if the plans are still gonna fall through. I don't even know if I feel comfortable. Like you ever just get an iffy vibe? Like me trying to date older men, like I'm trying to get in my sugar baby era, and girl, it's spooky because a lot of them I'm just like, I just don't have a good vibe, and I get scared because I'm like, if my stomach is literally telling me this, like Allie's not a good vibe, I'm like, I'm afraid what's gonna uncover when I go through with it. Because then it's like, bitch, I can't scream to you guys that I'm traumatized. Y'all gonna be going through like screaming through your screen, like, bitch, you knew, like your stomach was telling you. So I'm like, oh shit, oh fucking shit, you know. So there is that. So there was that, and then there's like the guy that I recently went on a date with, and we went to go see Inside Out 2, which by the way, it was such a good that should have been my positive. It was such a good movie. I wanted to cry so bad, but I'm like, I'm on a date, like that would be awkward. It was like so like the first one I literally cried. Like I was like hysterically crying. I'm like, I'm a pussy. Like I'm truly am a pussy. But this one I loved so much, and I was just like, oh my god, like it was so good, and the date was just overall fun. Like I really do enjoy going on dates with this guy. Like there's definitely, like, he checks off a lot of my boxes. Like when I was talking about it with my best friend and my cousin, they were like, Allie, just green flags. Like he has literally all that I want. I think a part of me is just truly scared, and that's cringe as fuck if he's watching this, oh my god. But I think a part of me is just truly scared. Because you know what they say, when you've been through so much shit and so much heartache, like I went through so much heartache in my life that I should have never, like one should not have to experience that much heartache. And it's not even just in relationships, it's just everything in life. I went through just so much heartache that to the point where I feel uncomfortable with the idea of someone loving me right, which is so weird. That's all I want. Like I'm like, dude, I want a guy that's going to respect me and like value me and see like what I see in myself. And I really feel like I have it in front of me, but I'm just scared. Like I think a bigger part of me that's scared, the fact that I settled for so long in my last relationship, that I felt like so much of my early 20s, my youth was taken from me. There was that. And then 2, like I'm just so loyal. Like in a relationship, like I'm just so loyal, and I just don't want to commit to someone with the possibility of just like not having that reciprocated. So like I do probably have commitment issues. I like definitely have walls up. So I'm just scared. And I'm just trying to go through the motions of how I go through with that. So I guess that's the negative thing that happened to me this week. Is I don't know. I was just really sad with the guy Brian, like it ending. Like I ended things with him. We were supposed to see each other today, and he basically like bailed on me, and it fucking sucked. And I was like, you know what? I cut people off like with like because the thing is like I'm the one that basically just ended it with him because he bailed on me, and I'm like, listen, you're not even putting effort, and that turns me off. Like when I feel like someone's not putting effort, it shows me you're just trying to play games, or I don't know what, you're trying to have me whipped around your finger. I don't know what your intentions are, but that's just not me. I'll see myself gladly out the door, you know. I'll just listen to some Olivia Rodrigo, cry for a day, and then I'm back on my shit, you know. So yeah, earlier today I didn't give myself time to get sad. So I'm like, fuck, it's gonna probably hit me. Like I am that sensitive. Okay, I'm a Cancer. I'm a water sign. I am that much of a pussy where it's like, dude, I really got fucking like I was really fucking like getting attached to him pretty quick, and I'm like, this is a fucking red flag because I know it's genuine and it's right when I don't get attached immediately. When I'm just like enjoying what it is, seeing what we have in common, and it's fun in a sense where it's like I could be myself and I feel seen and appreciated. That's when I know it's going the right path, which is like with the other guy. But this guy, it was immediately like he was like it felt very love bomby. Like it felt very, very love bomby. And I just see that like I'm so happy that I can see that now. Old Ali, like the first episode Ali would be like freaking butterflies, I heart emojis over a guy love bombing me in early like stages. Now I'm like, that's a red flag. Cause why the fuck are you like showering me with this much love so soon, you know? Like for him it was very much giving love bomby. And I don't know, I was really fucking sad. I don't know. Like I really liked him, but it was definitely giving Ali, you're like in the potential of what he could be, not like really what's in front of you. Because I'm looking at what is in front of me and I just know it's not compatible. So I think I'm just grieving that right now. And then with the other guy, I'm really fucking scared of what it could lead to, me fucking that up, or me like that just not being it, and me being like, damn, like am I ever gonna find someone? It's weird because it's like a part of me is like, Ali, I deep down don't give a shit if I find someone or not, because I don't feel like that's my life purpose. I definitely want to inspire and create like a business for myself and just literally just do what I'm meant to be doing in this world, which I feel like is speaking and creating. Like I have a creative mind. I want to explore that and like create with art, different forms of art. I feel like that's my purpose. And relationship, if it comes through with that, that's a blessing, and I'm like open for it. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's spooky. It's spooky. Anyone out there, you can resonate, comment up below, bitch, because it's tough out here. It's tough. I think I'm just so hyper independent that the idea of even letting someone in spooks me as well. So finally, now for today's podcast episode topic, we're gonna finally talk about the dark side of pretty privilege, but talking about Kylie Jenner. And the reason why I've been always wanted to do Kylie Jenner is because you could tell out of all the Kardashians, her and Khloe are the two people like that really need to be a part. Like I'm doing Khloe next probably because hers is, I feel like it's so much deeper because she's so much older. She's in the industry like so much longer than Kylie. So, you know, for Kylie, it was just more detrimental because she was so young, and you're a sponge. Like you're literally a sponge at a young age, and you're absorbing everything, and that creates your belief systems and shit like that. Whereas like Khloe, she was pretty grown, but that's still like, dang. Like it's just insane. This whole situation is just insane based on the fact that like the Kardashians, what do you think of? Literally unrealistic beauty standards, beautiful goddesses. They're all beautiful. And it's like, imagine like ever like being told that you're not beautiful and being obsessed with having to basically meet these standards because you want to feel accepted by your own family, which we're going to talk about all that right now. At the age of 9 years old, Kylie Jenner was, you know, in the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which we all know. And obviously, bitch, if you haven't connected the dots, like 9 years old is a very young age. Like you're literally thrusted into the spotlight at a young age. She grew up in a very image obsessed family. Take a look, like a deep look at Kim. Like I love Kim. I'm obsessed with her mind. Like I would love nothing more in this world to interview her. Like I want to interview her, and I hope that she would be able to like answer the questions that I have, because they might be deep, and it's like no shade at all to her. Like I just really want to like dissect her mind, the art of her not ever giving a fuck, and her discipline, and just like I'm just so fascinated by her. But like, without like, you know, getting off topic, it's like when you look at her, she's so disciplined on looking a specific way. And I feel like Kris Jenner is like always saluting Kim the most because she's the most successful and she's the most like disciplined. Kardashians have a really big they're very image obsessed, where it's like we want to look aesthetically beautiful, even if it's so beyond unrealistic, where these girls are like, oh my god, I literally came out the womb and my nose isn't pitch fucking like, you know, small, and you know, my fucking stomach, like I have rolls, I have stretch marks, you know, I have fucking like body hair, like whatever the fuck, like just normal human things, and they just look spotless. Their armpits are fucking no dark spots, no fucking, you know, ingrown hairs. They're fucking hourglass, fucking bumblebee butt. Let me stop. But they're just beautiful and perfect. And it's like, imagine growing up and that being your reality and you're not that. Like, no, I'm not throwing shade at Kylie at all, but you know, she grew up with like a smaller lips. Like, she just like looked very different from everybody. Even Kylie will quote her damn self, like, being young and having so many eyes on you isn't normal. Because like I said, keeping up with the Kardashians, oh my gosh. Like I said, everybody and their damn dog knows this show because it was fucking everything in that, you know, that 2000 era, like the early 2000 era. Like it was every fucking thing. And like it being such a high popular fucking reality TV show and you being 9 years old, like all eyes are on you. And Kylie was always quirky. Like I've always said it. Like Kylie was always that Kardashian, that, you know, Jenner or Kardashian, that was always just different. Like she was very bubbly. Her sense of humor is very just different from what the Kardashians are known for. And she would say that she battled with anxiety and how she, you know, grew up with anxiety because she would wake up every morning and she would have to think about, oh my God, I just know there's a bad story about me out there and I just have to check. Like, can you imagine what that does to your, like, your emotional, like, fucking system? Like, you ever wake up and then you're like, oh my God, like, are people talking shit about me? Or, oh my God, looking at my emails, and like, you just feel some type of way. You're like irritated. Like, it's like you're literally starting your day off that way. I can't even imagine being such a young star and then obviously having access to the internet and then like literally like having that anxiety of like, what the fuck are people talking about now? Like, what are they talking about now? And let's not forget that when Kylie was at her Vine era, like, oh my God, like, I wish upon a fucking star, a shooting motherfucking star, that Kylie can just be her again, like the Vine Kylie. Because I really do feel like, in my personal opinion, that was the most authentic Kylie that we probably will ever see. Like, she was so funny and carefree. Like, her sense of humor was just hilarious. Like, I'm probably gonna like insert a couple of her Vines. Like, they were just ahead of its time.
Oh my God, my comments on Vine are so sweet. Let me read this one. Kylie, I would literally eat Nutella out of your... First of all, everyone thinks I do drugs on all my Vines. I'm just weird. But more importantly, Stas is in the fucking pool. My family's in there. My family's in there. Bitch, if you want a burger, bitch, if you want a burger, Kylie, I'm gonna kill you.
I feel like the reason why she doesn't come off that way anymore is I feel like a lot of people look at the Kardashian image and she was so different from that. Like, her sense of humor is so much more different. She looked different. And I feel like a lot of people couldn't imagine associating that type of energy to the Kardashians. So she probably felt pressure from, in my personal opinion, probably her family, probably from the media, who knows what. And she probably decided, let me revert to this, you know, robotic type of personality, because I really do feel like that's her. Like, she can have her little quirky moments, but it's like when you look at the Vine Kylie, like that Vine era Kylie, and then you look at now, it's almost like, oh my God, you guys, I'm gonna go to do this and this and this and that. Like, you know, it's very Kardashians, very like, you know, aesthetics. But when it was like the Vine era for Kylie, like, she was just very goofy, like very like silly, and I lived for it. And it makes me so sad, because it's like, can you imagine had she just continued just being more authentic, like what type of Kylie would be seeing today? Like, I just wonder. Do you wonder? I wonder. Thing I can't even imagine that's most difficult for Kylie is the fact that Kendall was always favored by Kris due to her wanting to be a model. And it's kind of crazy because there is a clip from the, you know, Keeping Up with the Kardashians show where Kylie wanted to be a model, but Kris was like, no, like Kendall got that shit, you know? And you could see her getting frustrated, like, wow, like I actually wanted to do this. Like, what? Because it's like when you look at all the Kardashians, everyone had their own little niche. And Kendall wanted to do modeling. Kim, you know, was like that influencer type of shit. And then Kylie was just there. Like, she hasn't even discovered herself yet. Because, like, for God's fucking sake, like, she's young. Like, she's young and she's discovering herself. She's a sponge. She's trying to figure out what she likes and who she wants to be. So, can you imagine? It's like everyone is like having this you know, image that's connected to them, this niche, and it's like doing them and serving them well. And then she's just trying to figure it out, but her trying to figure it out is not serving her well. I can imagine and understand her deciding, you know what, let me revert to this thing that's gonna probably serve me well, but it's not even authentic to who I am. But it's not like me even being authentic to who I am is even serving me well, which is fucked up, you know? It's just a fucked up situation. Let's talk about how she was deemed as the ugly sister. And I'm gonna do my quotations because it's all about how society's version of ugly is. Because, you know, beauty's the eye of the bitch, withholder, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, okay? Being the ugly sister is so traumatizing, and this is coming from being the ugly sister once upon a time. Like, my sister was always the funny one, the outgoing one, the smart one, and then for me, I was the fuck up. Like, I was the fuck up, and then I was ugly bitch. I was like, damn, the cards I was dealt with was not it. And being the ugly sister is so traumatizing because you're being compared to someone else, and it's almost like you being yourself is not enough. And do you know how traumatizing that is? Like, I'm gonna keep running back to that point, like how traumatizing it is, where it's like people saying love yourself, but in society and what we live in, it's almost like you get punished for being yourself. It's almost like be yourself, but in a way that's socially acceptable, that it's gonna be okay, that we had to agree if it's okay or not. It's not like, oh, me being authentically myself, where I'm content with how I feel about myself, not like you need to look this way, you need to act this way. It's like fucking traumatizing because it's like, wow, you're being taught at a very young age that you're not good enough for being you. So then you're going to keep trying to cling onto these identities for what's going to serve me well and what's going to make me feel accepted. Because as a human being, we crave connection. We crave being accepted. Because if you ever go through that trauma of feeling rejected, it's like you're going to do whatever it takes to, you know, not lose that. Because a human, just being alone and not having human connection is not okay. Like, I don't want to say not okay, because bitch, I could be introverted at times and I could be happy by my damn self. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean, okay? We all have the desire to feel connected, whether it's to, even if it's not to people, but to things, you know? I don't really care what anybody has to say, but when it comes to Kylie, like, I always felt like she was just different from the Kardashians, and I wish that she really did channel that into, like, just teaching young women, because she has such a big platform of, like, hey, it's okay to be different, and it's okay to stand out, because you can still be beautiful. You can still be so unique and so interesting being different. Like, can you imagine if she just decided to say fuck it to the odds of, like, the Kardashian image and say, I want to be different? What if I don't want to stick to, you know, the unrealistic beauty standards? Like, what if I genuinely like my small lips and I want to embrace that? What if I want to embrace the natural features that, you know, the universe and God has given me? Like, why do I have to sit here and, you know, touch my face and do all of that? Hence why that clip of her being emotional on, I believe it was on the like the reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's why with that viral clip that's going around everywhere now of, like, Kylie, like, getting emotional, basically talking about how the online hate about her appearance is getting to her. It's like, I've seen a lot of comments where people are like, oh my God, you know, it's giving, like, cry wolf, or it's when, like, you literally profited off of the unrealistic beauty standards. But it's like, y'all don't understand, like, it's traumatizing for her, because can you imagine when, like, y'all deemed her as ugly? It's like, y'all was still mad. Now that she's, like, you know, she got this work done, and, you know, she is, like, feeding into this unrealistic beauty standards, and y'all still talking shit. Like, you know how frustrating that could be? Keke Palmer said this, and I will always stand by. Like, she literally did not leave any crumbs in regards to talking about Kylie Jenner and the hate that she was getting, or the work that she was getting done. And she said this, and I feel like it's something to really, like, you know, it's food for thought. But she said, the world damn near agreed that she was ugly. A girl that was a child, and she was bullied and named ugly, and not as a character, but herself. Unlike some that experienced such ridicule, she had the money to change what the world deemed as, you know, a problem, but she fixed what the world said that was broken, and it worked. And I really do like stand by that 1,000%. Like, it's so fucking true, because it's like you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. When it comes to this like society version of being beautiful or the dark side of pretty privilege, because it's like, damn, pretty privilege is fucking nice, because it's kind of crazy how you are treated so much more human. Like, that's why I'm so passionate about this series of like talking about the dark side of pretty privilege, because once upon a time I was fucking ugly and everybody was so mean to me. Like, so mean. I'll never forget. That's why church is so traumatizing for me, because I remember my sister obviously was beautiful. Like, I always wanted to be her. And then my brother was like the class clown. And we would all go to church and I was just like quiet and awkward and like, you know, ugly. And nobody would ever talk to me. People would be like saying the snarkiest shit to me. But then now it's kind of crazy now that like I grew up, and I would have come across these same people that I went to the church with that would not give me the time of day back then. And now they're always like saying, oh my God, Ellie, you're so beautiful. And they're like trying to show me love on social media. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Like, damn, like that version of Allie was still fucking beautiful and still like she was still fucking worthy, and I would die on that fucking hill. And I hope that this series can like that could speak to someone out there who's like, damn, I don't feel like I fit to like society's version of, you know, pretty or whatever. And I'm telling you right now, that version of you, even if it's you now or then, but it's like that version of you was beautiful and accepting and worthy. Because that's the sad part about this whole situation, is like Kylie, before she got any work done, people talk shit. People are like, oh my gosh, she had no lips, she this and this and this and that. And then it's like she got this work done, and then you hear her fucking saying she aged a lot and she looks crazy. It's like, damn, you damned if you do, if you damned if you don't. She don't do shit and lets herself be, you know, happy with what God has given her naturally. Y'all gonna talk shit. So it's like, damn, like it's really like, damn, you know. And it's like sad, because that version of Kylie that didn't even have anything done, she was just her, was still worthy. Like, I loved that Kylie, you know? Like, I don't want to, like, you know, when someone, like, you know, it could be annoying when someone's like, I miss the old you, whatever. It's like, I don't want to talk down on her and say that who she is now isn't worthy either. Like, she's going, like, anybody in this world is worthy. Unless you're a P word or you're a fucking serial killer, then bitch, die! But if other than that, no, everybody's fucking worthy. And it's just so sad how we live in a world where it's like, you damned if you do, if you damned if you don't. And with this whole clip that's really going viral, like, you know, Kylie getting emotional saying like, damn, like these comments are just so fucking like a lot. Because can you imagine at a young age being told this, like being told that you're basically not worthy or you're not like good enough, and like nobody's going to give a shit about you because how you were made naturally, like just who you are in your origin. And then it's like you finally decide to fix the problem, like, you know, Kiki said, like, you know, what society would deem as like the problem, you decide to fix it because you have the money and the resources. And then it's like, damn, now she did that shit and you still gonna, like, she still gets like trashed on. It's like, damn, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't, you know. And it's just like kind of like just crazy, because it's like there's just so much that goes into going from being society's version of ugly to pretty, and how that fucks with you. Just like anyone who goes through a drastic weight loss, it's so crazy how people treat you different just when you start to fit what society deems as beautiful and socially just acceptable when it comes to, like, you know, being attractive. It's just crazy. It is so crazy. So I can't imagine that with this image of like the Kardashian brand, where it's like you need to be aesthetically perfect. Like, I'm saying perfect, unrealistic as fuck. Like hourglass, like fucking pinch, small nose, fucking chills it out, fucking jawline, fucking plumpy lips, long luscious hair, like nails always done, bougie, fucking money, like everything. This image, it's like, I don't know, I do feel like in a way, this is just me overthinking because I'm a Cancer and I'll overthink, but I feel like a part of her in her feels like she's grieving that part of her that wants just different for herself. Maybe she wonders like, damn, what if I did just decide to just say fuck it to the brand and just be me? Like, what if I don't want to fit into this image because there's so much pressure that comes from this image that doesn't even feel authentic to myself. It's just what I'm doing to feel accepted, and it's just my realm of normal because it's what I grew up around, you know? That's just that on that. That's just my opinions on that. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up today's podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm afraid that this episode is going to be mixed, like the comments, where people are going to probably be like, oh no, like she profited off of pretty privilege. She profited off of the unrealistic beauty standards. So why the fuck should we feel bad for her? Or there'll be the people that like understand the whole purpose of this episode and the topic at hand, which is the dark side of pretty privilege. It's like, wow, there's so many benefits from being society's version of attractive, but then there's so many downsides, and especially the Kardashian brand where it's so beyond unrealistic, like these standards that these girls have to like face and like, you know, keep. It's just like, wow. It's like, for what cost though? Like, at what cost? Because I already just told you my frustration. I can't even imagine the Kardashians. Like, my frustration of like even trying to meet like down to earth people and like whatever, ever since I grew up and became attractive, it's like, damn, people would just literally act like me and my appearance is the most interesting thing out there. When it's like, damn, what about my heart? What, like, bitch, I'm funny. Like, I'm funny. Like, or I love deep conversations. It's like, you don't give a shit about that. I don't know. It's just, it's crazy. But I definitely want to hear our thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you're watching this on the podcast YouTube channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because my goal is to have 500 subscribers by the end of this month. So subscribe and help a girl out. If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to give it a 5 stars rating, because I know you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it in some way and you felt connected, and it was a good little chitty chat, yap session, okay? I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.